grew as tall as trees, wider than a whisper, floating gently like a breeze, like birds that fly above, like the clouds up so high. Your dreams are within reach when you're aiming for the sky. Life becomes a little like the things we dream. Dreams begin so small, then grow as tall as trees, like sunlight on your windows, like a smile on your face. Dreams come knocking and say, come out and play.
Somewhere in the morning, somewhere in between, life becomes a little like the things we dream.
Life becomes a little like the things we dream.
RERA registration number UPRERAPRJ 438937/04/2026, dated April 2nd, 2026. Website https://www.up-rera.in.
UP RERA registration number UPRERA PRJ 110163/08/2025, dated 13th August 2025. Website www.up-rera.in.
Dreams begin so small, then grow as tall as trees, quieter than a whisper, floating gently like a breeze, like birds that fly above, like the clouds up so high. Your dreams are within reach when you're aiming for the sky. Life becomes a little like the things we dream. Dreams begin so small, then grow as tall as trees, like sunlight on your windows, like a smile on your face. Dreams come knocking and say, come out and play.
Somewhere in the morning, somewhere in between, life becomes a little like the things we dream.
Life becomes a little like the things we dream.
RERA registration number UPRERAPRJ 438937/04/2026, dated April 2nd, 2026. Website https://www.up-rera.in.
UP RERA registration number UPRERA PRJ 110163/08/2025, dated 13th August 2025. Website www.up-rera.in.
grew as tall as trees, quieter than a whisper, floating gently like a breeze, like birds that fly above, like the clouds up so high. Your dreams are within reach when you're aiming for the sky. Life becomes a little like the things we dream. Dreams begin so small, then grew as tall as trees, like sunlight on your windows, like a smile on your face. Dreams come knocking and say, come out and play.
Somewhere in the morning, somewhere in between, life becomes a little like the things we dream.
Life becomes a little like the things we dream.
RERA registration number UPRERAPRJ 438937/04/2026, dated April 2nd, 2026. Website https://www.up-rera.in.
Ashish Karekar, Company Secretary of Godrej Properties Limited. I am very pleased to welcome you to the 41st Annual General Meeting of Godrej Properties Limited, being held through video conference or other audiovisual means as permitted by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and SEBI. The e-voting facility and facility to join the meeting through video conference has been provided by NSDL. Before we commence, I would like to take you through certain points regarding the participation at this meeting. The facility of joining the AGM through video conference or other audio-visual means is being made available for members on first-come, first-served basis. All members who have joined this meeting are by default placed on mute mode by the host to avoid any disturbance arising from background noise and ensure smooth and seamless conduct of the meeting. The company has taken the requisite steps to enable members to participate and vote on the items being considered at this AGM. The live streaming of this meeting is also being webcast on the website of NSDL. During the AGM, if a member faces any technical issue, she may contact the helpline number of NSDL mentioned in the notice of AGM. Please note that the proceedings of the AGM will be recorded and made available on the website of the company. Thank you. I now hand over the proceedings to our Executive Chairperson, Mr. Pirosha Godrej. Over to you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I, Pirosha Godrej, Executive Chairperson of the company, would like to welcome all shareholders to the 41st Annual General Meeting of Godrej Properties Limited. As the requisite quorum is present, I now call the meeting to order. The following directors are attending this AGM through video conference from Mumbai. Mr. Nadir Godrej, Non-Executive Director, Mr. Gaurav Pandey, Managing Director and CEO, Dr. Indu Bhushan, Ms. Sutapa Banerjee, Ms. Jayashree Vaidyanathan, our independent directors. Mr. Sumit Narang, one of our independent directors, is attending this AGM through video conference from New York. Mr. Rajendra Khetawat, Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Ashish Karyakar, Company Secretary, are attending this AGM from Mumbai. Before proceeding further, I would like to inform you that Mr. Nadir Godrej will be attaining the age of 75 years this month, and as part of the planned generational succession within the Godrej Industries Group, will retire from the board from the conclusion of this meeting. I would like to place on record my sincere appreciation and gratitude for the steadfast guidance, leadership, and support provided by Mr. Nadir Godrej over several decades, and for his immense contribution to the company's growth and evolution as one of India's leading real estate developers. On behalf of the entire board, our shareholders and employees, I extend our heartfelt thanks to Mr. Nadir Godrej and wish him much good health, happiness, and success. We also have representatives of following auditors attending this AGM through video conference from Mumbai. BSR & Co. LLP, the statutory auditors, BNP & Associates, the secretarial auditors, R. Nana Boy & Co., the cost auditors. I extend a hearty welcome to the shareholders, the directors, and the invitees to the 41st General Meeting of the company being held through video conference and other audiovisual means. Since there is no physical attendance of members, the requirement of appointing proxy is not applicable. The statutory registers as required to be maintained under the Companies Act 2013 and the certificate from the secretarial auditors on compliance of Godrej Properties Limited Employee Stock Option Scheme 2011 have been made available electronically for inspection by the members during the AGM. Since the notice of the AGM is already circulated to all the members, I take the notice of the meeting as read. As the report of the statutory auditors does not contain any qualifications, observations, or comments on the financial transactions or matters which have an adverse effect on the functioning of the company, the same is not required to be read. I now proceed with my formal address. I hope this message finds you and your loved ones well. It gives me great pleasure to share that we had a strong year with progress on multiple fronts. For the third consecutive year, Godrej Properties was India's largest residential developer by both booking value and booking volume, a position we do not take for granted and one we intend to strengthen through a robust focus on creating joy for our customers through outstandingly designed and constructed homes. In April 2026, the Godrej Industries Group announced a new purpose and brand identity. At the heart of the refresh is a new group purpose, crafting tomorrow since 1897, which draws on our heritage and ambition to build businesses driven by innovation and sustainability. For Godrej Properties, this translates directly into its own purpose of crafting spaces that spark joy one community, one family, one home at a time, offering proof that building responsibly and building well are not in conflict. As I prepare to assume the chairpersonship of the group later this year, our three core values, inspire trust, create delight, and be bold, will continue to guide us. FY 25-26 was, by most measures, a record-breaking year for Godrej Properties. Sales bookings, cash collections, earnings, and business development all reached their highest ever levels. We closed the year with sales bookings of 34,171 crore, a growth of 16% over the previous year. In total, we sold 17,513 units across 27 million square feet of booking volume. The exceptional year we had was the result of our strong, disciplined execution, maintaining a steady focus on fundamentals, staying abreast of evolving customer needs, market realities, government regulations, and environmental norms. We remain steadfast in pursuing our strategic priorities, both financial and non-financial, while strengthening the foundations of our long-term sustainable growth. Our portfolio continued to perform strongly across projects and segments and delivered consistent returns. Mumbai Metropolitan Region, Bengaluru, and the National Capital Region recorded booking values of 10,312 crore, 8,801 crore, and 7,412 crore, respectively. As many as 11 projects across Mumbai, Noida, Bengaluru, Pune, Hyderabad, and Panipat each crossed the 1,000 crore mark in booking value, a reflection of how consistently our pipeline is performing across markets. Business development was equally record-setting. We added 18 new projects spanning 33.32 million square feet with an estimated revenue potential of approximately 42,100 crore, a growth of 59% over the previous year. This was our most active year yet on the new business development front, and one that considerably strengthens our launch pipeline for the years ahead. We focused our investments on land acquisitions in markets where we see strong demand visibility and robust monetization potential. We continue to evaluate new opportunities with rigor, ensuring that every decision we make strengthens our development pipeline without stretching our balance sheet. We continue to benefit from the capital raised through the QIP in December 2024, with 75% of the proceeds utilized as of March 31st, 2026. This record sales momentum translated into our highest ever collections of 19,965 crore, up 17% over the previous year. We delivered over 12.1 million square feet during the year, with direct construction expenditure rising by 62%, a signal of the scale at which we are now executing. Operating cash flow for the year stood at 7,830 crore, providing us the financial flexibility to invest in future growth without compromising balance sheet discipline. Total income reached 8,374 crore and net profit stood at 1,850 crore, growing 22% and 32% respectively. The board has recommended a dividend of rupees 10 per equity share for financial year 26, representing 200% of face value. This is the first dividend GPL has declared since 2015 and reflects the board's confidence in the durability of our cash flows and our commitment to delivering returns to our shareholders alongside sustained investment in growth. A point worth clarifying for context, under Indian accounting standards, revenue is recognized upon project completion rather than at booking. The value created through this year's record sales will therefore be reflected in our financials over the next 3 to 4 years. Based on the current year's performance, we expect to recognize approximately 8,400 crore in EBIT and approximately 5,100 crore in net profit over this period. We share this not as a qualification of our results, but as an indication of the scale of value already in the pipeline. This is value that will be realized over time, even if not as yet fully visible in reported numbers. We remain committed to achieving a return on equity of 20% by FY 27-28 on reported financials. During the year, our promoters increased their stake in Godrej Properties and its holding company, Godrej Industries Limited, by 5% each, through investments of rupees 2,674 crore and rupees 1,896 crore, respectively. We see this as an expression of conviction in the company's long-term direction. Our sustained business momentum reflects not only the strength of our portfolio and execution capabilities, but also the enduring trust our customers place in us. For many families, a home is among life's most meaningful milestones, and we remain deeply committed to making that journey thoughtful, transparent, and reassuring at every stage. This commitment is reflected in our Net Promoter Score of 71%, with the steady improvement over the years serving as a meaningful affirmation of the strong relationships we continue to build with our customers. From design and development to handover and beyond, we remain focused on delivering experiences rooted in empathy, quality, and consistency, an approach that we believe is fundamental to sustaining long-term growth and value creation. The year unfolded against a demanding macroeconomic backdrop. Global headwinds, including elevated crude oil prices, global instability, and tighter financial conditions, had a visible, though indirect, impact on our business through rising construction costs, currency pressures, and cautious investment sentiment. In response, we adopted a disciplined and agile operating approach, managing cost pressures through calibrated procurement and remaining selective in our land acquisition and investment decisions. This enabled us to navigate near-term volatility while maintaining execution momentum and protecting margins. India's economic fundamentals remain strong, with steady residential demand and accommodative monetary policy reaffirming our confidence in the long-term opportunity ahead. The Indian real estate sector is evolving in ways that are directly relevant to how we operate and grow. Premium and luxury housing is commanding a growing share of overall sales, with average ticket sizes rising steadily, reflecting a structural shift from volume-led expansion to value-led growth. We have been deliberately strengthening our presence in this segment for several years, tapping into the market trend with agility. Buyer preference has consolidated around trust, with large established developers gaining market share on the back of consistent delivery and transparency. This works in our favor, but equally reinforces the importance of continuing to deliver on every commitment across every project and market. Technology is becoming central to how real estate is built, sold, and experienced. Artificial intelligence is reshaping design by enabling faster layout iterations, optimizing unit mix and space utilization, and generating solutions responsive to customer preferences and site constraints. We are also using data analytics to drive sharper decisions across planning, procurement, and project delivery. Veera, GPL's digital labor platform, enabled real-time workforce tracking across projects, creating a single source of truth for labor management. By integrating real-time governance with direct-to-bank incentive payments, Veera delivers transparent, scalable, and technology-led workforce management, while strengthening last-mile execution. In sales and customer engagement, our digital sales platform is enhancing the customer experience through greater transparency and convenience. Together, these initiatives are improving operational efficiency and the quality of the homes and experiences we deliver. Sustainability has moved from aspiration to expectation. Buyers are increasingly seeking homes that integrate natural light, open spaces, and environmentally responsible design, areas where our projects are well positioned. Finally, domestic institutional capital has played a stabilizing role in the sector, particularly during periods of global uncertainty, reflecting enduring confidence in India's real estate fundamentals and contributing to greater long-term resilience. Sustainability is at the core of how we operate, from concept to design, development, and operations. Responsible principles are embedded into every action we take, big or small. As with other years, our sustainability practices were rated highly by several global frameworks. Godrej Properties scored 88 in the S&P Global Corporate Sustainability Assessment, ranking #1 globally and being counted among the top 1% of companies worldwide on ESG parameters in the real estate and management sector. For the third consecutive year, we were included in the S&P Global Sustainability Yearbook and named in the Dow Jones Emerging Markets Index. We received CDP A ratings for both climate change and supply chain, the highest possible recognition in this space, placing us amongst a select group of companies globally acknowledged for transparency and action on climate. In the GRESB 2025, we ranked #1 among residential real estate developers globally and achieved a score of 100, while earning a 5-star rating for the 6th consecutive year. These outcomes are the result of the systems and processes built consistently over time across the entire development cycle and the integration of environmental accountability into leadership performance. Long-term greenhouse gas reduction targets across our operations and value chain have been validated and approved by the Science Based Targets Initiative, providing an independently verified pathway towards net zero by 2050. All our sites maintain ISO 14001:2015 certifications for environmental management and ISO 45001:2018 certifications for occupational health and safety. We continue to strengthen the systems, processes, and accountability frameworks that help realize the true potential of responsible and sustainable real estate and protect our assets, stakeholders, and the planet. Our commitment to sustainability is operational, and this year's outcomes reflect that. We conducted integrated waste management initiatives in 7 cities in collaboration with our NGO partners that diverted over 60,700 metric tons of waste from landfills, demonstrating that responsible practices can scale across diverse geographies. The worker welfare program supported over 28,500 construction workers in financial year 26 in accessing social entitlements, unlocking over 73 crore 57 lakh in government benefits for them. In Gurdaspur, our crop residue management program reached approximately 48,700 households across 180 villages and engaged more than 12,000 farmers across 26,000 hectares of land. This year, the initiative prevented the burning of over 130,000 tons of stubble and avoided nearly 9,852 tons of emissions, contributing to cleaner air and more sustainable agricultural practices in the region. These are not peripheral efforts. They reflect our belief that how we build matters as much as what we build. Behind every project delivered, every customer served, and every commitment fulfilled are our people. Across the Godrej Group, we have always focused on building an organization that places equal emphasis on people and performance. As we set an exceptional pace of growth, we continue to strengthen our people practices with a special focus on diversity of talent. In financial year 26, underrepresented groups like women, LGBTQ+ individuals, and persons with disabilities represented 41.3% of our employees, a fact that makes me immensely proud. We believe that a diverse workforce brings vibrancy to our decision-making process, gives rise to innovative ideas, improves understanding of customer needs, and above all, contributes to building a resilient and inclusive organization. Our learning academy, Alchemy, accelerated leadership development at all organizational levels. We launched the Crew Social Network, a digital platform enabling employees to connect and collaborate across geographies. We introduced Godrej Sayog, a structured mental health and well-being program for construction workers across our project sites. Following a successful 6-month pilot in the Mumbai metropolitan region that engaged over 2,000 workers, the initiative is now being scaled across 58 sites, reaching nearly 15,000 workers in major cities. It is important to approach the future with clarity and realism, despite the vibrancy we are seeing today. The operating environment will continually evolve and change. However, our focus will remain on consistent execution and disciplined growth. The sector presents strong long-term opportunities, and we intend to pursue them boldly and responsibly, one community, one family, one home at a time. India's urbanization trajectory, combined with rising aspirations for quality housing, is driving demand for well-designed, well-executed residential developments. In financial year 27, domestic demand and ongoing policy reforms are expected to further strengthen India's position as one of the fastest-growing major economies globally. Godrej Properties is well positioned to participate in this growth, backed by a strong track record of execution and a distinct strategic direction. Looking ahead for financial year 27, we are targeting 39,000 crore in residential bookings across key markets. Our growth strategy will continue to focus on disciplined capital allocation, a strong pipeline of launches and sustenance sales, and execution excellence. In parallel, we will further scale our capabilities with strategic investments in people, technology, and development while maintaining fiscal prudence and delivering consistent returns. On behalf of everyone at Godrej Properties, I would like to thank our customers for their trust, our employees for their dedication, our partners and vendors for their continued support, and our shareholders for their confidence in the company. We remain committed to delivering sustainable growth and long-term value to all our stakeholders. I now request the Company Secretary to explain the voting process for the resolutions of the meeting.
Thank you, sir. In compliance with the Companies Act and SEBI listing regulations, read with MC and SEBI circulars, the members are provided with the facility to cast their votes electronically through the remote e-voting pro services provided by NSDL. Remote e-voting process was enabled for all the individual Demat account holders by way of single login. The members who have not cast their votes on the resolutions by remote e-voting prior to the AGM are provided a facility to cast their votes through e-voting system available on the e-voting page of NSDL during this meeting. Members may at any time during this meeting visit the e-voting page of NSDL and cast their votes. The board has appointed Mr. Ashish Kumar Jain, practicing company secretary, to act as the scrutinizer to scrutinize the remote e-voting and the e-voting at the AGM and to provide the consolidated results of the voting. Since the AGM is held through video conference, the resolutions mentioned in the notice have already been put to vote through remote e-voting, and as the facility of voting is also available at the AGM, the process for proposing or seconding of the resolutions is not applicable. Thank you very much. I now hand over the meeting back to the chairperson.
The e-voting facility is now open and the members may please go to e-voting page of NSDL website and cast their votes while at the same time watch the proceedings of the meeting. We now open the floor for any questions from the shareholders present at the meeting. I now request the company secretary to call the names of those shareholders who have registered themselves to speak or ask questions pertaining to the performance of the company during the financial year 26. I now hand over the meeting to the company secretary.
The names of the shareholders who are registered as speakers will now be announced one by one. The speaker will thereafter be unmuted by the moderator. Before commencing speech, the speaker is requested to click the video on button. If the shareholder is not able to join through video for any reason, the shareholder can speak through the audio mode. Each speaker will be allotted 3 minutes, and I request each speaker to adhere to these timelines and avoid repetition to ensure the effectiveness of the meeting and to provide equal opportunity to other speakers. While speaking, we would request the speaker to use the earphones so that she is clearly audible, minimize any noise in the background, ensure that Wi-Fi connection is tested and fully functional without any disturbance, no other background applications are running, and there is a proper light in the background to ensure a good video experience. Speakers are requested to be loud and clear while speaking. In an unforeseen situation, if there is a connectivity issue at the speaker's end, we will request the next speaker to join. Once the connectivity improves, the previous speaker will be called back to join. Once all the speakers have asked their questions, the same will be answered. Over to you, moderator.
Thank you, sir. Our first speaker shareholder is Dr. Arun Kumar Bopanna. Sir, you have been placed in the meeting. Kindly unmute yourself and talk. Sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Can hear? Yeah, video. I'm waiting for the video. You can give the video, please.
Sir, it seems there is some connectivity at your end for the video.
Yeah. No, there is no connectivity. Good afternoon, Ashish and team. Thank you for making this AGM a seamless dream. Firoza, you've been laughing. You started with a smile. You're ready to take on the bastion of Godrej Group. I wish you all the best. Thank you. My questions: what proportion will redevelopment comprise? Will this become a major engine to grow and rise? And how are AI tools helping in pre-sales, construction, post-possession engagement? Senior living is indeed a growing need. Will Godrej Properties address the senior breed? What are the plans for New Bombay with new airport, Alibag, MMR, and because I don't think you're much present in New Bombay, and airport is going to boom that area. So I hope you take more interest in New Bombay, MMR, and Alibag and Mumbai 3. What are the most frequent grievances post-possession in customer complaints, and how does GPL respond with resolutions? Sir, Visakhapatnam, with so many data centers will soon boom, will GPL be interested in large-scale plotting and joint ventures in Visakhapatnam? Any plans or projects in Hyderabad in the near future? I wish GPL to strengthen India's tomorrow and remove customers' sorrow. Now, change of guard at Godrej. Leadership is never about occupying a chair. It's about carrying a responsibility. It's about preserving the values of the past while creating the opportunities for the future. Firoza, you have a lot of load on your shoulders. So I hope you'll carry this load and take it to much higher level. As your great grandfather said, he gave confidence to India. I hope you remember that. He just didn't make locks, he made keys for releasing the confidence. I wish you continue that legacy. And farewell to my dear friend Nadir Godrej. Nadir was born as Adi's younger brother. For Adi, truly, there could be no other. Nadir, as a chemical engineer, was very able. Nadir helped Adi Godrej very stable. Nadir arrived already as a gentle poet. We would love to meet as we knew it. Adi's AGM was poetic, warmly attended, somehow always felt too quickly ended. Nadir lived life softly with wisdom and peace. His every speech was a crafted masterpiece. Letting go of Nadir is difficult and real for me. This emotion needs time to heal. Nadir, you have succeeded by Feroza, a Godrej son. Both of you deserve a lot of glory under the sun. Nadir, all the best for the future. Nadir, keep guiding Godrej in the future. As institutions are strongest when they honor one another, let this be remembered not merely as a family enterprise, but as a lesson in nation building. Leadership is measured not by the authority it exercises, but by the confidence it inspires. My sincere gratitude to the outgoing leadership and my warmest wishes to the new team. With this, I wish you all the best. I hope to see you sometime after I return to Mumbai, Feroza, and wish you personally too. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Arun.
Speaker number 2 is Mr. Yusuf Rangwala. Sir, you have been
very
placed.
good. Yes, sir. Very good afternoon, सर. आपका आपका आवाज आ रहा है सब और मैं आपको
We're not able
नमस्कार
to
सर.
hear you.
नमस्कार.
Namaste, ji.
नमस्कार सर. आ रहा है ना आवाज सर? मैं चालू.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
yes.
How are you, sir? Good evening, sir. Sir, I will come directly on point. Sir, as you mentioned, yes, sir, as you mentioned in a genuine speech, we are having 11 properties.
Sorry, we're not able to hear you,
Project
Yusuf.
going on, sir. I would like to know, sir, which is a project 11 will be a profitable, sir. I would like to know whichever 11 profit will be a project, sir. After the new engine government in Chennai, sir. After 11, after the आवाज आ रहा है साहब? Secretary Assis
Yes.
any team. Sir, I would, yes, sir. Wishing you, sir, coming here 15 August, wishing you a very happy 15 August. And how is your father, sir? Give my regard to your father. And also my Nadir Godrej, sir. Who's your uncle? How is your uncle, sir? Give my regard to your uncle also. And your annual copy, sir. Chairman, sir, you're a young and dynamic chairman. In a growth of a young company will grow up. And it will come in a time when you will give us a bonus also, sir. This is 41 annual general meeting. I thank our Ashish sir and his team for printing a very excellent balance sheet. And also funding me. Please you join. So this shows how our Godrej company are caring for the shareholder. Sir, wishing you a very happy new year, sir, which is coming on 15 August, sir. All the friends and all the in the family, sir. Thank you very much, sir. आवाज आ रहा है ना सर? बराबर आपका आवाज आया ना सर? मेरा आपको क्वेश्चन आया ना सर? मेरा बराबर ना
Yes, thanks, Yusuf.
आवाज आया? Thank you, sir. May God bless you, sir. May God bless you, sir. Keeping smiling, sir. Keeping smiling. Not to worry, sir.
Our third speaker shareholder is Ms. Hutokshi Patel. Ma'am, you have been placed in the meeting. Kindly unmute yourself and talk. It seems we are facing some technical difficulty with HS Patel. We move to the next shareholder. Our next shareholder is Ms. Prakashini Ganesha Shinoy. Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Sir. Sir, I'm Prakash Shenoy from Kashi. Respected Honorable Chairman, Feroz Shah, Godrej ji, other dignitaries of the board, and my fellow shareholders, good afternoon to all of you. I received the AGM report well in time, which is colorful, informative, transparent, and contains all the information as per the corporate governance. I thank the company secretary and her team for the same. I should not forget to thank the chairman for his wonderful speech. And most of my questions are carried in your speech, sir. I just have one or two questions. My question is kindly highlight the future roadmap for growth due to global situation. My next question is, how do we adopt digital technology to increase the productivity? And my last question is, are we using AI application? I wish the company good luck for a bright future and pray God that the profit of the company shall reach the peak in due course. Chairman, sir, last but not the least, my honest request to you, please continue with VC so that people all over will have an opportunity to express their views. Sir, I strongly and wholeheartedly support all the resolutions put forth in today's meeting. Thank you, Chairman, sir.
Thanks, Prakashini.
Our fifth speaker shareholder is Mr. Tushar Soda. Sir, you have been placed in the meeting. Kindly unmute yourself and ask your question.
Very good afternoon to all. Am I clearly audible and visible?
Yes,
Hi,
sir.
Tushar. Yes, you are.
Thank you so very much, sir. Very respected Chairman, sir, and esteemed Board of Directors. My name is Tushar Soda, and I have joined our virtual video conference AGM from Mumbai. Our company deserves appreciation for the integrated annual report, which is in conformity with principles established by International Integrated Reporting Council. It provides detailed insights on material issues, approach to long-term sustainability, integrated value creation, as well as the corporate governance structure. Congratulations to entire team to the best ever year on all major parameters. Since many years, nil dividend was a matter of concern, but I am very happy that after a gap of 11 years, Board of Directors have announced 10 rupees dividend, which amounts to 200% for the shareholders. Total booking value has grown to highest ever 34,000 crores. Booking values of preceding 3 years were 12,000 crores for 2023, 22,000 crores for 2024, and 29,000 crores for 2025. Total revenues for this year, 2026, have been reported at 8,000 crores. Within how many years booking amounts for these 4 years will be converted as revenues in the financial statements? What is the time period and lag between total bookings and the actual recognition in profit and loss account? Booking values conversion in actual revenues are extremely important for sustained earnings, cash flows, and shareholder returns. Chairman, sir, Godrej Properties has presence in only 14 cities of 10 states. I request you to kindly consider new project launches in prominent Bharatiya states such as Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Rajasthan, Telangana, and Orissa. Please expand and consider pan-India growth, sir. As of 31st of March 2026, our company had 123 projects with sellable area of approximately 24 crore square feet. What is the back of the envelope amount of total revenues expected from more than 24 crore square feet in the next 5 to 7 years? I also request you to kindly inform percentage revenue contribution of each of our 4 focus areas. Sir, your communication to shareholders has time and again mentioned that company expects to achieve more than 20% return on equity. What is our present return on equity percentage? Please inform what are the plans for future development at Vikhroli in addition to the trees. What are the revenue projections from future Vikhroli development? Sir, Mumbai Metropolitan Region MMR offers potential of more than 20,000 crores of revenues. I strongly believe that Godrej Properties should scale up operations and capitalize on these huge potential opportunities. I request you to please share your thoughts on the same. I have read in various transcripts of quarterly meetings that net profits margins will be maintained at 15%. However, net profit margins for last 3 years have been 17%, 20%, and 22%. Will the net profit margins fall to 15% from the current 22? Godrej Properties has demonstrated growth with resilience, and I am confident that financial future of our company is buoyant. I am equally assertive that our company will maximize value creation for all the stakeholders. I extend my support for all future endeavors and wish for a bright financial performance on a sustainable basis. Thank you very much, Chairman Sir, for giving me this opportunity to put forth my queries and express my views. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Tushar.
Speaker number 6, Mr. Kaushik Sahukar. Sir, you have been placed in the meeting. Kindly unmute yourself and ask your question.
Yeah, I'm audible, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Respected Chairman, esteemed board members, and fellow shareholders, good afternoon to all. It gives me immense pleasure to interact with you once again this year. I am also deeply grateful to our company secretary, Mr. Ashish, for this opportunity. I sincerely wish everyone good health and success. Sir, if you don't smile, you look like an angry teacher. But if you smile, you look like a dear friend. So it's up to you what you want to portray yourself. If you don't smile, you look like
Please
an
go ahead
angry
with
teacher.
your question, Kaushik.
Yeah, yeah. Sir, I have only one question. Godrej Property has consistently expanded through asset-light partnership and joint development agreement. As competition for premium land parcel intensifies, how does board ensure that new project acquisition continue to meet companies' return on capital profitability threshold? Additionally, what safeguards are in place to maintain healthy cash flow and execution timeline while sustaining rapid growth? On a lighter note, Godrej Property launches projects so fast that I think Google Map also waits for your announcement before updating new landmarks. Please keep building homes and shareholder wealth with the same speed. Thank you very much for valuable time, patience, and kind consideration. I remain hopeful for positive response and look forward to meeting you again next year. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Kaushik.
Our next speaker, speaker number 7, Mr. Dinesh Bhatia. Sir, you have placed in the meeting. Kindly unmute yourself and ask your question.
मेरा आवाज सुनाई देता है सर? आवाज में
Yes.
वीडियो दोनों दिख फर्स्ट तो चेयरपर्सन फिरोज शाह गोदरेज जी, मैं आपको और आपका एंटायर टीम को धन्यवाद करता हूँ. कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन, वेरी वेरी एक्सलेंट वर्क, एक्सलेंट. हम बहुत खुश है. आपने जो अभी स्पीच दिया उसमें काफी हमें माहिती भी मिल गई, और आपके जो डिपार्टमेंट ने जो बैलेंस शीट बनाई है, अपना एजीएम रिपोर्ट जो बनाया है, वो 525 पेज का बनाया है, जिसमें काफी माहिती मिल गई. तो हमें आपसे कोई सवाल पूछने का तो आवश्यकता ही नहीं है, सिर्फ खाली 2-3 आपको सजेशन देना है. जिसमें एक सजेशन मेरा ये है कि हमारा ये जो 41 एजीएम है, अभी हमारा शेयर का जो आप भाव देखेंगे तो आज 5 रुपये का शेयर मुंबई शेयर बाजार में 2038 के आसपास कोट हो रहा है. वो एक बहुत अच्छा साइनिंग है, हमारी कंपनी का प्रगति दिखा रही है. और आप जो देखेंगे कि और अक्खा साल का जो भाव जो है, हाईएस्ट जो है 2351 गया था और लोवेस्ट 1434 था. तो आप इतना बढ़िया भाव है तो आप क्यों न स्प्लिट करते हमारे शेयर. हमारा 5 रुपये का शेयर जो है आप 1 रुपये का कर दो तो हमें 5 शेयर बोनस मिल जाएंगे. हम भी समझेंगे कि आपके आने के साथ हमारे को कुछ बोनस जैसा मिल गया, मिनी बोनस. और ये भी एक चीज आपका फाइनेंस डिपार्टमेंट को भी आप जानकारी चाहिए तो ले लेना कि हम अगर स्प्लिट करेंगे तो खाली हमारे शेयर की संख्या बढ़ेगी. हमारा प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट में के बैलेंस शीट में कुछ रिफ्लेक्ट नहीं होगा। तो शेयर की संख्या बढ़ेगी तो वॉल्यूम भी बढ़ेगा। तो क्या है, हमारा जो 2000 का भाव है, अगर आप 5 कर दिया तो 400 रुपये का जो एवरेज होएगा, उसका नेक्स्ट ईयर हमें गारंटी है कि आपका काम और बाजार में जो वॉल्यूम बढ़ेगा तो 800 रुपया तो हो ही जाएगा, 1 रुपये का 800 हो ही जाएगा। तो हो सके तो आप आपकी अगली मीटिंग जो है उसमें आप स्प्लिट करने का बारे में सोचिए। दूसरा मेरा ये सजेशन था कि हम आपको मिलने के लिए सोचते तो आपका मिलने का हमारा साल में एक ही दिन रहता है। अभी ये भी दिन जो स्किप हो गया, भले कोविड था तो बात अलग थी, पर अभी आपको जो फिजिकल मीटिंग रखते तो हम आपको मिल सकते। तो मैं सिर्फ फिजिकल मीटिंग का ही नहीं बोलता हूँ, अगर वीडियो रखना है, आपको पूरा भारत से पूरे वर्ल्ड से लोगों को एंटरटेन करना है तो हमें कोई उसमें नहीं है, तो आप हाइब्रिड मीटिंग कीजिए। जो हाइब्रिड करेंगे तो क्या वीडियो वाले भी आ सकेंगे और हमारे जैसा जो आपको मिलना चाहते हैं साल में एक दफे, हमें भी मिलने का मौका मिलेगा। तो ये रिक्वेस्ट मेरी जो है आप जरा आपके ध्यान में लीजिए और आपके जो बोर्ड है उनके पास भी रजू कीजिए। बाकी हमें तो कोई सवाल मैं बोला ऐसा पूछना ही नहीं है, हम तो सपोर्ट देंगे, सपोर्ट देते हैं हर एक रिजोल्यूशन को। और एक खाली मेरे को जानकारी चाहिए था कि हमारा जो ग्लोबल बिजनेस का क्या पोजीशन है, हमारा ग्लोबल बिजनेस में इन्वेस्टमेंट कितना है, इनकम कितना है और आउटगोइंग कितना है, थोड़ा उसके बारे में भी आप जानकारी देंगे तो हमें बहुत खुशी होगी। और लास्ट में मैं ये भी एक चीज भूल जाता हूँ कि 26 और 27 पेज, पेज नंबर 26 और पेज नंबर 27 हमें काफी अवार्ड मिला है, काफी अवार्ड, 25 से ज्यादा, कम से कम 50 के आसपास अवार्ड है। तो ये हमें बहुत खुशी होती है कि आपके माफिक आपकी टीम भी बहुत अच्छा प्रगति करती है। आप जो प्रगति करती है उसके कारण इतना 50 से अधिक अवार्ड मिला है, उसके लिए भी मैं आपको और आपका एंटायर टीम को कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन कहता हूँ। कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन सर। और आपके सेक्रेटरी डिपार्टमेंट को भी थैंक यू कहता हूँ कि जिन्होंने हमें यहाँ स्टेज पे बोलने का मौका दिया। थैंक यू, ऑल द बेस्ट।
Thanks very much, Dinesh.
Speaker number 8, Mr. Rajendra Seth. Sir, you have been placed in the meeting. Kindly unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir, you're
Hello?
audible. Please ask your question.
Yes, sir. जी जी जी, चेयरमैन सर महाराष्ट्र से बोलता हूँ। गोदरेज ग्रुप है, क्या बोलने की क्या बोले सर। मैं स्टार्टिंग से शेयर होल्डर रहा हूँ। बस आपने जो मतलब डेवलप का जो स्थान इंडिया के अंदर जो चुना है सर, बहुत काबिल तारीफ है। एक एक जगह हमारी एक एक जगह इतनी चुनी है ना सर कि बहुत बहुत अच्छी जगह वो है सर। मतलब बहुत अच्छा स्टेट और अच्छी सिटी में हम लोग बना रहे हैं। सर खाली एक छोटा सा ही क्वेश्चन था कि अभी हमको जानने के लिए, वो खास मोटा क्वेश्चन भी नहीं कि हमको अभी हमारा काम ज्यादा कौन से स्टेट में चल रहा है, बस इतना ही। बाकी फिरोज सर आपके नेतृत्व में पूरा विश्वास है, आपकी लीडरशिप में पूरा विश्वास है, सब रिजोल्यूशन में पूरा सपोर्ट और हार्दिक शुभेच्छा देता हूँ। सेक्रेटरी टीम का भी बहुत अच्छा काम है, उसको भी धन्यवाद देता हूँ। बोलने का मौका दिया, धन्यवाद। थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू थैंक यू थैंक यू।
Thank you, Rajendra.
Speaker number 9, Mr. Rajesh Chenani. Sir, you have been placed in the meeting. Kindly unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Hello. Yeah, respected Chairman Firozshah Godrej and a very highly eminent Board of Directors, fellow shareholders. I am Rajesh Chenani and I am speaking from my residence in Mumbai. First of all, I thank your Secretarial Department, Mr. Ashish and his team for coming out with the excellent annual report, which is full of facts and figures in place. Sir, I've gone through your message in the report also. It's a 525 pages. Everything, every minute detail has been covered and all the beautiful projects which we are into. Sir, there is a project in Kandivali East, Godrej Reserve. So how is the response to the Godrej Reserve, sir? That is at Akuli Road. And I remember, sir, we there was a project by Shivam Properties in Kandivali in Lokhandwala Township. It was such a nice project. Nobody was taking the flats and that. But once you collaborate with them, there was a rush of the buyers for that. So it shows our name, Godrej was enough. The entire place changed with your name, sir. And today, Lokhandwala Township is having a very premium value thanks to you because I have a property over there. So I'm very happy with when you came over there. Then everybody Lodha followed up, and now Mahindra Reflections is also coming up there. So that's really great, sir. They बोलते ना वो नाम का ही एक काम है, नाम का ही काम है. That is the big thing. And your projects are very fast, sir. It's timely finished, you know. Sir, my only query is, sir, we have a shareholding of 51.66%. We are holding shareholding. So are there any plans of increasing the shareholding in a way of a buyback or something? You can throw the light on that, sir. And I really appreciate and thank you for the dividend also of 10 rupees dividend, sir. That is really great, sir. You have taken a very good care of the shareholders. And I'm your shareholder of all your group companies from the very beginning, sir, because the shares are inherited to me by my mother. So I'm a very old shareholder. And tomorrow is Godrej Agrovet though. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity, and I wish you entire board and I shareholders with for the coming festival, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rajesh.
Speaker number 10, Mr. Rajen Shah. Sir, you have been placed in the meeting. Kindly unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Hello.
Hi, Rajan. Yes, you are audible.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Mr. Godrej. How are you?
Very well, thanks.
Yeah. Sir, first of all, please accept thanks from all of us for creating remarkable wealth over the past 10 years. Really grateful to you for stupendous performance of Godrej Properties over these years. Sir, I had few suggestions which I would like to share. So there are 25 crore demat accounts in India, but only 1.9 lakh demat accounts hold Godrej Property shares. That's too low actually. That's not even 0.01%. So one of the reason is the high price stock price of GPL. So if we can split the stock from one paid up to five paid up to one paid up, that would see more retail participation. The stock becomes low priced and it will lead to more broad based retail participations and better valuations. So that is one suggestion which I have, splitting the stock from five paid up to one paid up. Second, sir, we are used to zero dividends for the last 10 years. We are absolutely fine with the zero dividend policy. What matters is share appreciation, and over the last 10 years, absolutely stunning performance of Godrej Properties has resulted in significant capital appreciation. The share price has done extremely well over the past 10 years, or more in fact. So we are okay with zero dividend. This year, sir, you declared 10 rupee dividend, which will lead to outflow of about, I think, 300 crores, if I'm not mistaken. Now, instead of that 300 crores outflow, had we announced a buyback, it would have given a very positive. I mean, already you have sent a positive signal to the market by buying 5% from the open market and deploying more than 2,500 crores. But this 300 crore also could have been utilized for buying back. So my suggestion is, sir, this year, though we have already announced, but next year, assuming that the performance is good and you pay 20 rupee dividend, it will be outflow of 600 crores. So I would uh, suggest that instead of dividend, we should announce a 600 crore buyback if the stock continues to languish at this levels of 2000, 2100. 600 crore buyback would really boost up the stock price also from the open market. Sir, any plans to raise your stake further by 5%? Last year, you raised it by 5%. This year, any plans to raise it further by 5% because the stock continues to be below the QIP price of 2400, sir. So just wanted your view on that. Sir, in the investor presentation after the recently declared, I mean, today the results of the first quarter were declared. And in the investor presentation, you have mentioned that the total booking value of 40,000 crore will be delivered and recognized in profit and loss account by F28 compared to 15,000 crore achieved in the last 2 years. Does it mean that our PAT will be around 4,000 crore in FY28? I mean, am I understanding it correctly? Because I just did my working and just wanted to get it from you, straight from the person who is running the show, that would it be fair for me to assume 4,000 crore of net profit in FY28? Sir, also would like to know from you about where GPL stands in the 5 lakh crore market cap, which you are projected by 2031. Can we expect GPL to be 30%, 40% of the same? I mean, if you can give some, because you already indicated in one of your interactions with the media that Godrej Capital will be 10%, I mean, the finance business will be 10% of the group market cap, that is 50,000 crore. So I don't think so there should be any hesitancy on your part to share with shareholders where GPL would stand in the 5 lakh crore market cap, 30% or 40%, if you can share some views of yours on this. Sir, last suggestion, normally shareholders of Indian hotels do get some discount when they visit the property. So similarly, for shareholders of Godrej Properties also, we should have some scheme whereby, somebody who's owning 1,000 shares or 5,000, we should set a benchmark, and somebody who's owning shares of Godrej Properties also gets a discount if he buys a Godrej home. So I think something on that also could be thought about. Sir, I wish you all the best, and thank you so much. And I would appreciate if all my questions are asked and suggestions thought about. Thank you so much.
Thanks very much, Rajan.
Speaker number 11, Ms. Neha Jaswani. Speaker number 12, Mr. Manjeet Singh. Speaker number 13, Mr. Anil Mehta is not present in the meeting. For speaker number 14, Prem Raheja has conveyed that he will not able to join the meeting. We move to the speaker number 15, Mr. Nalin Shah. Sir, you have been placed in a meeting. Kindly unmute yourself and ask your question. Sir, it seems we are facing some technical difficulty with Mr. Nalin. All the questions have been taken up. Now, over to you, Chairperson, sir.
Thanks very much for the questions. We'll now do my best to respond to these. Arun had several questions. I'll start with those. One was on what proportion of our business will be comprised of redevelopment projects. Redevelopment is largely a Mumbai-specific issue as of now. That could change over time, but for now, it's really only a part of our Mumbai business, which in turn is about a quarter of our overall business. So I think redevelopment is an important opportunity for us, but not a very big part of our overall business. How are digital tools being used? We're actually using digital tools across all aspects of the business. We are using them certainly in the design process, including now generative AI, to help crunch timelines and result in both better quality of outcome and quicker speed. We're also looking at various use cases across the value chain of our operations. There was a question on senior living. We don't, as of now, have any plans for senior living, though we do agree this is a big opportunity and continue to keep our eye on it. And perhaps down the road, it is something we will more actively pursue. There was a question on our plans for New Bombay, given the new airport and infrastructure coming up there. We actually do have a fairly large portfolio in this micro market. We have our township project, Godrej City at Panvel, which is an over 10 million square feet project. We have a project called Godrej Bayview at Vashi, Godrej Eternal Palms at Sanpada, Godrej Varanya in Kharghar. And we certainly will continue to evaluate new opportunities in this market. We agree that the infrastructure transformation is likely to make this a very exciting market for the foreseeable future. There was a question on the most frequent grievances post-possession that our customers raise and how we respond with those. We actually created our own facility management business called Godrej Living to manage the properties we develop, so that the experience that we want to deliver to our customers through our product can also be taken forward through Godrej Living, managing the service experience that residents face. And I think that has been a good initiative. There are lots of different projects, complaints that can come up. Sometimes you have issues with leakages, you have other issues. The idea of having Godrej Living is to be able to respond to those as quickly and attentively as possible. There was a question on Vizag as a market, given the number of data centers and investment going into those. We're certainly open to looking at that market. As you know, our plotted development projects has been the route we've taken to enter many cities outside of the top tier 1 markets, and this would likely be the plans here as well. You asked about plans for the Hyderabad market. We actually have a very active presence already in Hyderabad now. We entered last calendar year with our first couple of launches there. In our first calendar year of presence in that market, had over 3,000 crore of sales. Became, in our first year, the second largest developer in the market out of listed developers. We've since added several new projects to the portfolio there. Hope to have several successful launches in that market this financial year as well. So Hyderabad is very much a core market. Thanks again for your kind wishes to both Nadir Kaka and me. There was a question from Yusuf on which projects out of the 11 I said crossed 1,000 crore and booking value would be profitable. We certainly at this stage expect all 11 to be strongly profitable. These are projects that are off to a very successful beginning. We have to make sure we execute well, but we expect all of them to be profitable. Ms. Shenoy had a question on the future roadmap for Godrej Properties, given some of the global issues currently witnessed. I think we're of course keeping an eye on the global situation, which is quite concerning. That said, I think from a business perspective, we haven't seen too much impact so far. We're quite happy to see in the first quarter of this financial year, our best ever first quarter with over 8,600 crore of sales, 22% year-on-year growth, despite this disruption. So we're quite hopeful that the global situation comes back into control and that the business impact from it will be, if that happens, we think quite negligible. There was a question also from Ms. Shenoy on AI. It is something, as I said, we are using already quite a bit in some areas of our operations, but working very actively to deepen this usage and make sure that we're fully benefiting and unlocking the potential that this technology offers, which is, of course, as we all know, very powerful. And there was a question from Kaushik on how do we ensure our future project acquisitions continue to generate ROE. I think we have to be very sensible when we are entering projects into how the project acquisition is being analyzed, how we are coming up with benchmarks, how confident we are of being able to sell at certain price holds and not get carried away. You do have sometimes land prices for individual properties, developers overpaying. We have to do everything we can to have a series of checks and balances, the right people looking at the projects to ensure we don't make such mistakes. There were several suggestions from Dinesh and others on possibly splitting our shares, considering the format of the AGM and others. We thank you for those suggestions and we'll certainly take them into consideration. There was also a question from Dinesh on how big our global business is. Godrej Properties for now is entirely focused on developments in India. So all of our sales are for projects in India. We do have a reasonable percentage, which depending on the year tends to vary between 10 to 15% of our sales for our projects in India happening to NRI customers who are based outside India. So if you look at that as global, that is a part of our business. But otherwise, we have every intention of entirely focusing on the opportunities in India, which we think are tremendous and will be more than sufficient to cater to the company's growth for the next several decades. There was a question from Rajendra on which state is the biggest from GPL. Well, GPL has established itself as the first truly national developer and probably the most diversified amongst large developers in India. Maharashtra would still be our biggest state last year, with Mumbai being the biggest contributing city at over 10,000 crore and Pune also contributing another 14,000. So about 4,000, excuse me. So about 14,000 plus crore of our total business was in Maharashtra. Rajesh had a question on how the response to our project Godrej Reserve in Kandivali has been. It's been one of our most successful ever projects. It's done really well for the company. We had an excellent launch there a couple of years ago and have continued to see very strong sustenance sales since then. There was also a question from Rajesh and also from Rajan on whether we have any plans to increase our shareholding from 51%. We, of course, did increase our shareholding last year. The promoters increased their shareholding by 5% in the company, believing there to be very strong opportunities. We will continue to evaluate those opportunities. There are no immediate plans, but depending on how things play out, we certainly could look at that later this year. There were also additional suggestions on possibly having the opportunity to do a buyback instead of a dividend, raising promoter stake, splitting the stock. And we will certainly take all of those into consideration. Also, the suggestion on shareholders of GPL getting a discount. There was a question on, do we expect from our disclosures net profit in the next financial year, that is FY28, to be around 4,000 crore? Yes, we have publicly guided that we hope to get to a ROE of 20% by FY28. Our net worth currently is about 20,000 crore. So you rightly calculated that the net profit to deliver that guidance would have to be about 4,000 crore, and we're very hopeful of doing so. While we haven't split out the 5 lakh crore market cap by company, certainly GPL we think will play a major part in driving that value creation. We, of course, do think that the company will unlock a lot of value as some of these operating results are delivered next year onwards. So we hope to see it play a very meaningful part. Tushar had several questions. There was one on how many years it will take for the booking value for these last 4 years to be converted to revenues in the financial statements. Typically, it does vary by the project type. So we have some projects that are very quick turnaround projects, like our plotted development projects. Those tend to be, from the time of launch, recognized in the P&L within 12 months. You have other types of group housing projects that are of more standard size, height buildings like 20, 30 stories. Those usually take about 3 to 4 years to be recognized in the P&L. So you'll see a lot of that starting from next financial year. And then you have some very tall structures like our development Godrej Trilogy in Worli, which is going to be one of the tallest buildings in India. That is a project that will probably take 6 or 7 years to enter the P&L. So there is a range, but on average for group housing, it would be about 4 years. There was a question on we have committed to 20% ROE, what our present return on equity is. We had a return on equity in FY26 of just over 10%. The reason we're confident of as much as doubling that over the next several quarters is that the accounting standard for this business involves only recognizing projects in the P&L once the projects are fully completed. As we've scaled the business very rapidly, our cost base is currently operating on the current scale, but our revenue recognition is operating on projects that were started a long time ago. As that process catches up, which we again expect a lot of it to happen by next year, we are confident this ROE will increase. There's also a question on launches in Vikhroli. I'm happy to report that we expect our next launch in Vikhroli to be next quarter. And hope to see that one do very well. And there was a question on whether net margin will fall to 15% from the current 22%, because we've been guiding to a 15% net margin. And the answer to that is no. The 15% reference is calculated from booking value. So if you had, say a 30,000 crore booking value, you would say we would expect to generate from that booking value 15% or 4,500 crore of net profit. What is reported in the P&L is a combination of both that. Some of the projects are in structures like joint ventures where you have only a single line profit recognition. There are also other income that enter in that. So no, it is not certainly saying that our reported net income will decrease or that our net income is declining. In fact, our margins are, we expect, significantly moving up, and will reflect that as more and more of these projects complete. I think I've answered all the questions. If there are, I would like to thank, first of all, the members for their questions. In case any questions remain unanswered or the members were unable to speak due to any issue during the meeting, members may please communicate their questions to the company through email at secretarial@godrejproperties.com, which shall be answered suitably. I would now like to conclude this meeting. The e-voting process will continue for the next 15 minutes and will be disabled thereafter. The results of the electronic voting will be announced on or before August 6, 2026, and the same will be intimated to the stock exchanges and also uploaded on the website of the company and the NSDL. I would like to express my sincere appreciation to our members for their continued faith, trust, encouragement, and support. With your consent, I and all other board members would like to conclude the meeting and wish all shareholders and their families a very healthy and safe future. Thank you.